Hey, this is John Ondrasik from Five for Fighting, talking to you here with Rick Dees. Go to rick.com. I am. Hey, well, you can relate to this song about the days when the whole country used to sing the same songs. You know, you were playing those songs, you were breaking those songs. You know,
that is true, and this takes you back to that time, doesn't it?
It does. That's what the song, you know, the song really talks about. You know, it's based on American Pie, of course, the standard, but it talks about the days when, you know, we bonded together through music. Music mattered to the culture. Everybody was singing the same songs. And unfortunately, I think we live much more in a niche world, and we don't have those songs and those artists these days.
Yeah. Everybody goes off and they have their own little place.
Yeah.
And even though that's good, the social skills have gone down tremendously.
Well, I think you're right. I mean, we live in an age when we're probably, in some respects, closer than ever with the internet and Skype and all the digital technologies, Twitter, all the platforms. We can reach anybody anywhere in the world instantly. But I think socially, we're maybe further apart than we've been in a generation. How often do we get together, socialize, have dinner, go to lunch, actually see each other face to face? I think we're losing some of that.
It was 30-minute meals. Then I swear it was 15-minute meals I saw on the Food Network. Now I swear there's a show called 3-Minute Meals.
Yeah. They're going to text you your meal in a minute.
Is he the one who wrote Hakuna Matata? No, was that somebody else?
No. Was that Elton? Or yeah, Stephen has done a ton of films. You know, he's got 4 or 5 Academy Awards for songs. He does a lot with Alan Menken, and Enchanted was all his stuff. So
right.
You know, he's it's you know, riding with him is kind of playing basketball with Michael Jordan.
Really is.
You learn a lot.
Did it take a long time, or does he quit?
You know, you definitely it's the same process of me. Usually you get 70-80% of it fairly quickly, and that last 20%, those last 4 or 5 lines can take a few months to nail down. You write 200 to get the one you need.
Well, you did it. And is your pitch perfect? Because I'm watching you.
Nope.
You've got headphones on, you've got a guitar, and you hit every note. And you're looking at a guy who used to play the B-flat clarinet. So that's, you know, that's not much of a music critic, but at the same time, every note and every time I close my eyes, I can see Five for Fighting, which, by the way, he never has to argue with his band because he is the band.
That's true. Those 5 voices in my head.
That's right.
Yeah.
So what's the personal life like? Are you married? You single?
Married, 2 kids, you know, 9 and 10, kind of in the golden age of parenthood. Still live here in Los Angeles. And
your kids' names?
Johnny and Olivia. You know, Johnny's the 4th, Vladimir John Ondrasik the 4th, I'm the 3rd.
Wow.
Olivia's the reason I actually met Stephen Schwartz, because she had seen Wicked 10 times, and I looked down at the playbill one day and thought, hey, I want to reach out to this guy, and so I give her all the credit for Slice. But yeah, it's great. You know, 9 and 10, we're kind of living the summer dream, you know, backpacking and river rafting. We've had a lot of fun this summer.
Well, you look like you're in great shape. What do? You get up and run every day, or what?
Do a lot of hiking. Out. Yeah, we live out in Westlake now, a lot of hiking trails back there, so I kind of write lyrics back there. I like to get away and kind of, you know, put 6-7 miles in and, you know, work on some lyrics and sweat a bit.
Are you better with lyrics or the music, you think?
You know, it's interesting. I think, to me, lyrics kind of separate the songs that will last from the songs that will, you know, maybe be pop hits for a minute. I think lyrics is the hardest. You know, I think melodies are crucial. You know, you got to be able to sing the melody to 100 years.
Hey, Johnny, help me on something, okay?
Sure.
Look, and this is hopefully doesn't put you on the spot. And
Nope.
if you don't know it, it's okay.
Yeah.
But there's a song that's been going on in my mind, and if you can just even sing the line of it, just to get it out of my head. But I love the lyric, and it's from Disney, actually. A dream is a wish your heart makes.
Oh yeah, sure.
You know, and with a dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep, or when you whatever. Isn't that a great lyric?
I'll tell you, you know, you write thousands of lines to come up with lines like that, you know.
Wow.
And the concept is crucial too. Like on a song like 100 Years, you know, once I had a wish is never better than this when you only got 100 years to live, and I knew that each verse would be a vignette of someone's life, the hard work had been done. You know, then you just write 200 verses till you get the ones that work. But conceptually, the older I get, the more songs I write. The concept of a song becomes more and more important. And that's why I think for me, Slice was, I got lucky on that one. Because once I got the concept, I'm like, all right, I know what the song needs to be. But it's tough. Writing songs, you know, I've had many a song that, you know, at 2 in the morning I thought I wrote Let It Be, and then I woke up the next morning and it ended up in the trash.
that does happen.
Oh,
but you know, when I was listening to Slice, though, listening to your voice and the presentation of it, there's a bit of a wonderful, embraceable melancholy. And that's what you kind of want sometimes. I would be in my car going on the 10 freeway to La Quinta or something, that's the type of song I would turn up all the way and have that wonderful feeling of melancholy about the country or my relationship or whatever. And that's what you've done.
Well, that's intuitive. I think most of my songs that have become popular have a sense of melancholy but a bright light at the end of the tunnel. And I think that's why some folks have embraced some of my music. Because I think in our lives, as much as it'd be nice to be happy all the time, we're not. You know, life is kind of melancholy with moments of joy. And you have to recognize those moments of joy, and you have to, you know, try to find some satisfaction in what you have. But I think, you know, for me, you know, as we get older and face different challenges, you know, it's and with the country as it is today, I think there's reason to be melancholy, but there's also always a reason to be hope. I mean, we are Americans after all, and we've always been able to pull ourselves up.
Amen. You have a great CD you put out every year for the troops. Are you going to do that again this year?
We're working on CD for the Troops 4 as we speak. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah.
That's. I want to submit some music for you.
We'd love to have you. Thank you, sir.
Because so many people, so many artists come in here, and some of the songs are really good.
That's awesome.
And so it'll be deep with cuts, I'm sure. So maybe you could go through. You're under no obligation to put it in there.
Oh,
but
we any help we can get. I mean, we've been so fortunate to have people volunteer and give their music. And last year we did a comedy record and had some amazing comedians give me their content. So it's a team effort all the way around.
I am also so stunned when I go to events and you're there, John. And let's just take like Wounded Warriors.
Yeah.
And two wonderful ladies came up to you and to me at the last one, and both had their legs amputated.
Yeah.
And yet they acted more friendly than someone who was on the 10 freeway. And it's hard for me to get my arms and my head around that, because rather than saying, look, I can't even, I have to hop around the rest of my life, they totally changed.
You know, when you meet some of our troops, you go to Walter Reed and you see what they've gone through. And it's not just physically, sometimes the mental trauma is equally as challenging and tough. And you see how they respond. You know, usually the first response is, I need to go back. My buddies are back there.
I get that all the time.
I'm going to get better, and I'm going to go back. And some of these folks have had seriously traumatized injuries, as you said, lost limbs. And to still have that attitude just blows me away. And a lot of them are kids. They're 18, 19, 20 years old. They are heroes. They are courageous, more than I could ever be in my life. And that's why I salute you for recognizing them. And that's why I try to shine the spotlight on them. Because, you know, we live in a celebrity culture, and I think our priorities are out of whack. Wow. And, you know, when we see these kids who are true heroes that will never get the time of day, they are the ones who we should be thanking every day. And frankly, they are the ones that should be on the cover of People magazine.
And for anyone listening, I've been to events where John had to wait. The weather was bad. They said, your microphones don't sound very good. The guitar didn't show up in time. And he still goes on stage. And even with all of that, he gets a standing ovation. And man, what a gift. What a gift, really.
Well,
wow.
Thank you very much. Again, to play for our troops is always an honor. And any little problems I have are trivial to what they deal with every day.
Hey, you ever take your kids along, like Olivia?
I do. I take the children out. I mean, they're at the age now where they can go to me some of these things. And it's been great because they have an education, whether it's meeting some of our troops or some of the other folks, some of the other charities I work with who've gotten, you know, diseases or, you know, have kids who are ill. They get a perspective on life that I think a lot of kids don't, and I think they appreciate what they have a little bit more, and it's always more fun to have the kids with me, you know, no doubt.
Well, and will you make them take music, or do they flock to it on their own, you think?
You know, I'm going to do what my mom did with me. I'm going to give them the basics. By no means am I going to push them into it, but I'm going to have them learn piano, and my daughter's a singer and a diva, and she loves it. She's got the it that I've never had. You know, she has it. She wants you to be looking at her, and she'll make sure you do. But by no means will I force them into it. You know,
I've got a name for her already. All right,
I'm ready.
You get Lady Gaga. How about Double O?
I like it. Oh, that's what she signs.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I like
Double O.
Double O. Yeah, she may be there. She has that it, and she loves to sing and. But again, you know, they will find their passions, and I will help them follow them.
Well, here you go to UCLA. You actually get a degree in applied mathematics. So I'm going to point it out. Algebra, geometry, trigonometry, calculus. Of those four, Which one did you say, man, I'm nailing this one? Which of those really just seemed like a natural for
I'll
you?
tell you, the worst was geometry.
Why is it? You know,
yeah.
I did great in algebra, but
Yeah.
it was more of a challenge with geometry. Is there some reason in the brain for that? What is it?
It must be a left-right brain thing. You know, for me, luckily for me, once you get to the more advanced stuff, it's all about proofs and it's all theoretical and it's all imaginative. So you don't have to memorize any trapezoids or all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was funny. I was a computer science major for a long time. Wanted to spend more time doing music, so I did the math thing. You know, those brain cells are long gone, Rick. But you know, I owed my parents to get the degree. They helped me out, so I want to do that for them.
Well, what a joy.